All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Okay, the meeting minutes are approved. Next, we have special presentations. The next item on the agenda is a proclamation for Carl Orvek, presented by Mayor Lowry. Tom's going to read.
Tom's going to read for me.
Okay.
Tom's going to read for me.
All right. Tom, you can go ahead. It would help if I turn your mic on. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Whereas Carl Orvek served as a KC-135 crew chief in the United States Air Force from 1971 to 1975, supporting military aircraft around the world with dedication and skill, and whereas, following his honorable military service, Mr. Orvek continued his career in aviation, retiring after years of dedicated service with Ozark, TWA, and American Airlines here in St. Louis, further solidifying his expertise and commitment to the aviation industry. And whereas Mr. Orvek has been a devoted volunteer with the National Museum of Transportation, contributing his knowledge and skills to preserve the history of aviation and transportation for future generations. And whereas Carl was a member of the team that helped restore the F-105 aircraft some years ago, and when the aircraft's condition began to degrade, he once again answered the call for help from our local VFW 4105 to restore the iconic piece of military history. And whereas, this time there was no team of volunteers, only Carl, who took on the monumental task of restoring the F-105 single-handedly, working tirelessly over the summer, spending countless hours sanding, painting, and returning the aircraft to the glory it deserves as a treasured piece of military history. And whereas Carl's unwavering commitment to preserving this aircraft not only honors the legacy of our nation's military service members, but also ensures that future generations in Florissant and beyond will continue to remember and appreciate the sacrifices made by those who served. And whereas Mr. Orvek spent over 90 hours volunteering his time and energy and driven over 2,900 miles to ensure the success of this project, embodying the true spirit of service and dedication to his community, his country, and to history itself. And now, therefore, I, Timothy J. Lowry, Mayor of the City of Florissant, Missouri, and members of the Florissant City Council do hereby proclaim January 13th, 2025 as Carl Orvek Day.
Carl, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate what you've done for the city and restoring that plane. I mean, all the work that you did during those hot months over the summer, and I mean, you just did a beautiful job, and it's so important to the history of, obviously, our military, certainly the city of Florissant. Thank you so much for all your hard work.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I ditto everything that the mayor just said. Just thank you so much for your dedication and wanting to do this. It's just outstanding work. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Can we get the, everybody from 4105 coming up here also? Certainly appreciate you guys and everything that you have done for our country and certainly for our community. And Ryan, really appreciate you putting this together for us. Thank you.
Can I say one thing?
Most certainly you can.
Yep. The main reason, I go to the Air Force Museum a lot in Dayton, and up on the wall, they have a saying, and I think the saying would be appropriate right now. And one reason I like doing it is their saying is, we are the keepers of their stories. And that plane has a lot of stories to tell, and want to preserve it.
Thank you. Did a beautiful
Yep.
job. Thank you so much. And that was
Okay,
Thank you.
okay.
Okay, the next item on our agenda is hearing from citizens. This is a time to speak to the council on any issue not necessarily on the agenda for 3 minutes. This is not a question and answer period. If you would like to speak to a council member or the mayor, please stay until after the meeting is over. If you are here to speak on a public hearing, please wait and speak when the public hearing is announced. I don't believe we have any yellow cards, so let's go on to the next item in the agenda, which is communications, of which there are none. Then next we have public hearings. We have public hearing number 2501001. Are you able to read that one?
Yes.
Okay.
In accordance with Section 405-125 of the Florissant zoning code, a public hearing will be held by the City Council of Florissant, Missouri in the council chambers at 955 Rue St. Francois on Monday, January 13, 2025 at 7 p.m. on the following proposition. To authorize a special use permit for Linda and Zoe LLC, DBA Go-Go Boba Cafe, to allow for a sit-down, carry-out, drive-through restaurant in a B3 extensive business district for the property located at 1285 North Highway 67. Citizens will have an opportunity to be heard. Anyone with special needs should contact the city clerk at least 5 days before said public hearing by calling 839-7630 or email cityclerk@florissantmore.com.
Okay, is the petitioner present? If you can, please come forward. Come on forward, sir,
No.
to the podium. All right, sir, if you can please state your name and city of residence and tell us about your project.
Hello, excuse me. Hello, my name is Mark Kilgore. I am the civil engineer for this project. I work for THD Design Group, and I am a resident of the city of St. Charles. I didn't know if you wanted me to speak or if you wanted the owner to speak, who is here.
You guys can both speak if it helps. Just tell us what we need to know about your project and what you plan to do with this new endeavor.
Yes, this project is at 1285 North Highway 67, and currently there is a Travers Auto Plaza there, which is currently not in business, and this plan is to reuse the same building and parking lot, the same infrastructure as is there, and turn it into a cafe with a drive-through and including an outdoor seating area a seating area with quiet ambient music being played on speakers for outdoor dining. And as the city of Florissant has specified, we've got bollards protecting the outdoor area.
Okay.
And we've got 6-car stacking as required by the city, and so that's all I can think of.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Mr. Caputa.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, welcome, sir. I have a question on the site pictures, the side of that building where all the paint is peeling. What is your plan for the outside of the building?
We've submitted architectural color renderings to Ms. Debbie Irvin as requested.
So you're going to repaint
Yes.
the block, just different colors?
Yes, it is going to be white and light blue.
Because that paint's peeling pretty good on that,
Yes, sir.
on that building, so, okay. All right, that's all I have, thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Councilman Caputa. Councilman O'Donnell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wonder if we could invite the owner to come forward if he's present. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hingta, the owner of Go-Go Boba Cafe.
Good evening. And I'm so sorry, what was your first name?
My name Hien, Hien, Hien.
Nice to meet you. Thank you
Nice
for
to see you too.
your interest in coming to our city. I wonder if I could just ask a couple of things. I saw that there was a number of improvements, obviously, that you're going to make to the property. So thank you in advance for that. It includes some landscaping that you all are going to be doing at that location as well.
Yes.
I was interested, do you have any interest in eventually asking for a liquor license, or is that something that your business would not be
The
interested
liquor license will be different business. This not this business. This one is just selling the boba tea and some kind of small fast food like chicken wing, French fry.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So there'll be
There's
other...
no future plan
No,
for any liquor
no liquor
license.
license. No
Gotcha.
liquor
Thank
license
you.
at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know, Mr. Kilgore mentioned the music, so there was an allowance for music, but you just are going to have piped-in music, you're not going to have any kind of live
Quiet
music?
music.
Okay, thank you. I was interested in the drive-through, and I know the allowance for the 6 cars in the drive-through. Is there a time factor that it takes to serve so many cars? I was thinking if, and I don't know what you anticipate, but if there were 8 or 10 cars, it would probably reach to the edge of the street. So is that an issue for waiting on people in a timely fashion through the
during
drive-through?
After they order and we have by the waiting for the parking, so right after they order the food and we tell them to, we have a waiting, look like the Sonic. You park the car on the side and I have my employee bring the food to the parking.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
We have about room for 7, maybe 8 cars of stacking, and then beyond that, then there's room for them to drive by on the right-hand side. They can then park if they would like to, or come back around or wait. But we have about room for 8 cars to stack up close to the entrance.
And how many people would it be for seating, potentially?
10, right?
I'm trying to think what, I thought we had about 22 seats, something like that inside the restaurant.
To sit down? Gotcha. Okay. I think that answers all the questions that I had, but I wish you the best with your endeavor going forward, so thank you.
Thank you, Councilman O'Donnell. Next, we have Councilman Childrath.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thanks for choosing Florissant to open a business. Mr. Kilgore, how many people could sit outside, and you said some outside seating? How many tables will you have?
We have not had any like diagrams of tables, but to me, it looks like there's going to be room for about 3 or 4 tables with maybe 4 each. So I would say probably 12 to 16 estimated seating in the outdoor seating area.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kilgore. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilman Childrath. You mentioned the outdoor seating. You're going to have maybe 12 to 18 people out there, and then you're also going to have the drive-throughs. What type of safety measures are you going to put in so that, you know, it won't be a problem for the outdoor seating and the cars that are coming onto the property for the drive-through?
Sure. So around the outdoor seating, there is fence and there's also bollards in effect, but these are nicer than normal concrete bollards. These will be like 4 feet tall, 18-inch by 18-inch architectural flagstone columns, and between the fence will be similar to this fence here, and there might be about this much space.
So wrought iron fence? Is it wrought iron fencing?
Black wrought iron fence, yes, and there's no gate, so the only access to the seating is from inside the building and then back into the building.
Okay. And then I'd have to go back and look, but how much seating inside the restaurant is there compared to the outside? Or do I have that wrong? Is there indoor seating at all?
Yes, there is indoor seating. I think it's in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 seats.
Okay, gotcha. All right, I believe that's all I have. Let's go to Councilman Egan.
Thank you very much. You said there's going to be music on this patio, this outside area. What time will that music go on? What time are you going to be closing in the evening?
There will be quiet music. I mean, it'll be just during normal restaurant type of business hours. And so I would say that they're going to close by what, probably 9 p.m.?
Yeah, 8 to 9 p.m.
8 to
and
9 p.m.
Kind
closing.
of music
and
we open is country music or some kind of guitar music only.
This will be music just elevator type of music,
Okay.
just quiet dining type of music, ambiance type of music. It's not loud in any way.
Right, and that'll be done by 9 o'clock at night, correct?
Yes.
Every day of the week, Monday through Friday, or Sunday through Sunday?
We open every day.
Okay.
And
all.
Sunday we close earlier.
Okay, very good, thank you very much, that's all I have. Good luck.
All right, thank you, Councilman
Thank you.
Egan. There was a mention of another business. Is that,
A what?
okay, a nail business. Okay, I was just wondering what the other business was, but our queen over here already knew the answer, so. All right, I have no other questions. Anyone else have any other questions?
Did you say something about another business?
Yeah, she answered
I do,
for me.
yes, I do have other business, but Mrs. Deborah, she make appointment for me on next agenda. But next
The nail-
agenda,
the nail salon?
I will
Nail
come back here for another business. Yeah, I like to work business in Florissant. I have many business in Florissant.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, so she does have an established business already in Florissant,
Yeah.
a nail salon. This will be
Okay.
number 2.
All right, I believe that's all we have in terms of questions. So before we close this public hearing, is there anyone in the audience who would like to comment on this public hearing? All right, seeing no further comments, Councilman Caputa moves to close this public hearing, seconded by Councilman Harris. All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, that motion is carried and this public hearing is closed. Thank you both so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is old business. The first item is bills for a second reading, of which there are none. Then we have new business. I'm sorry, Mr. Manganelli, did I miss you? Okay, all right. All right, the next item on the agenda is new business. The first item under new business is board appointments. Looks like we have the mayor with an appointment.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish to reappoint Don Adams from Ward 2 to the Traffic Commission.
Okay, we have a motion to approve and a second. All those in favor? All those opposed? The appointment is made.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mayor. All right, next we have requests. We're skipping this one, right? Okay. On the first request, it's a request for a liquor license. I would like to move to postpone this request to the next meeting. Would anybody like to second that? To the February 1st, to the first meeting in February. Anybody want to second? Okay, Councilman Caputa seconds that motion. All those in favor? All those opposed? The ayes have it, and that motion carried. Next, Councilman Siam moves to accept the application of transfer of a special use permit number 8E732 from Solano's Pizza LLC to Gossip Pasta LLC for the operation of a restaurant located at 557 Howdershell Road. Seconded by myself. Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, that motion is carried and the application is accepted. All right, next we have bills for first reading. We have bill number 10031. Madam Clerk.
Ordinance to authorize a special use permit for Linda and Zoe LLC, DBA Go-Go Boba Cafe, to allow for a sit-down carry-out drive-through restaurant in the B3 Extensive Business District for the property located at 1285 North Highway 67.
Okay, next we have bill number 10032. Madam Clerk.
Ordinance authorizing transfer of $108,000 of forfeiture funds from account number 713-26701-000 forfeiture escrow to account number 101-56001201 police forfeiture expenditures for various police expenditures.
We have a motion, the second, Motion for second reading by Councilman Childrath, seconded by Councilman Egan. All those in favor? I'm sorry, is there any discussion? I missed something. Okay. All those in favor? All those opposed? Okay, Madam Clerk, if you can read for a second time.
Ordinance authorizing transfer of $108,000 from forfeiture funds from account number 713-26701-000, forfeiture escrow, to account numbers 101-56001201, police forfeiture expenditures for various police expenditures.
Councilman Childrath moves for third, seconded by Councilman Caputa. Roll call vote, please.
Sir. Harris? Manganelli? Yes. Egan? Yes. Caputa? Yes. Shildroth? Yes. O'Donnell? Yes. Pagano? Parson?
Yes.
Cyan?
All right. Can you please read the bill for a third time?
Ordinance authorizing a transfer of $108,000 from forfeiture funds from account number 713-26701-000, forfeiture escrow, to account number 101-56001201, police forfeiture expenditures for various police expenditures.
Okay, before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this bill? You can come forward, ma'am. Yes, you have to come here. Please state your name and city of residence. Okay.
Hi, my name is Jubin Lee, and city of where I'm living? That's
Yes.
I live in city of Florissant.
Okay.
I reviewed that agenda stuff, and then I had a question about that expenditure. And there was the, genealogy. It's like a gene test. Now we can ask police department gene test too.
Genetic testing? Is that what you're talking about?
There was the expenditure was saying genealogy, whatever that part.
Okay. Without the police chief being here, I don't believe I can answer that. Is that something you can answer? Councilman Egan is going to step up.
I don't have the exact wording in front of me. It's my understanding that they'll use that in an investigative manner to solve cases. There's times where we have to pay for testing, to have the testing done, so that will enable us to afford to or appropriate the appropriate money to have that DNA testing.
So is the answer yes or no if I want to ask for gene to, I was told the Florissant police department doesn't do any gene investigation, like a
DNA testing?
DNA test.
They collect DNA, and there are certain cases, if it's a high-profile case, I would call certainly a Part 1 crime, a homicide, a robbery, a rape, where they will get evidence up and then they'll have to pay for it to get tested, especially in cold cases. We've had cases that go on several years, and you take that and you get new DNA samples or new processes that are available, and some of those are by private labs, and we're just paying for those. They're not by public labs.
I understand what the DNA test is, but that budget was a budget or expense. Reporter was saying, if I believe it was $1,500 or $15,000 for that part. So what does that mean? You're saying, it's just, to ask for another, agency to ask, we need to pay $1,500 for set it up that way?
I'm not quite sure I understand the question.
So that expense, that list was this category, we are gonna spend. Police department furniture was $20,000, right? And then there was another thing, and the genealogy, whatever the part was, $1,500, right?
$1,500.
Yeah. So what you're saying is right now, you're not setting up. We are asking to somebody, but still we are paying for $1,500 for what?
If you want to see me afterwards, we can get with Chief Fagan, who's not here this evening, and I'm sure he can give you a detailed answer for your question.
excuse me, I have been trying to communicate with the police department. They never hardly communicate with me. And, I just prepared, I didn't, plan to speak up right now, but, I just reviewed all the stuff, and I kind of wondering, now we are doing it or not doing it? That's my question. DNA test.
Okay, if you want to meet with me afterwards, I'll get your phone number, and I'll talk to Chief Fagan in the morning. I'll make sure someone calls you tomorrow, and they can give you a direct answer, okay?
Okay, and other stuff, expense was kind of vague. I think I reviewed before stuff, and furniture for all over the place. It wasn't kind of clear. It was a little too vague. I'm not sure if, you're supposed to reveal detailed expense, but it wasn't much clear. So, police department furniture, where there I know court and 1700 police department. So furniture means all over or certain place, certain space.
Again, if you meet with me afterwards, we can call the chief. They use furniture throughout the building, and in the lobby, and in the various meeting rooms. And furniture doesn't necessarily mean couch. It could also mean a desk or a table.
I think that the mayor wants to chime in.
So I do know that the chief is doing some remodeling around the police department, and he's moving some personnel from different offices, and he's putting the lieutenants in an office together. So he's just trying to accommodate some moves that he needs to make physically within the department, which will require the office furniture to be bought.
Okay. So I believe I still didn't get the answer for yes, no gene test, correct? You are saying I need to leave with my phone number, right?
Is your concern where the funds are coming to pay for these tests?
No, I'm just, just related some police department matter, and I was gonna ask DNA test. They told me they don't do that. Now I saw that. My question is, so 1,500 means, I can ask for right now from after you set it up or not?
Okay, I do believe, Councilman Egan is correct. This provides a more detailed answer from the police chief, which it doesn't look like any of us can do that. This is a request that came from the chief's office, but this is something that you want more details on that we can't provide to you. We'd be happy, to make sure that the chief can answer all of your questions. It may be better if you wrote down your questions and submitted something in writing, so that way he can answer every one of your concerns in detail.
I understand that. So this meeting, council meeting, you guys approve fund to use, but you don't know the details, right? That's what you're saying.
Right. I do have something from Ms. Pagano. Okay, no.
I just want to clarify with you. Are you asking if you went to the police department that they do a DNA test on you,
No, no.
to help you?
No.
So it would.
I was a victim of a crime.
Okay.
I asked to, and they said the fingerprint, but not do the DNA test.
Right.
So I still have the stuff. I'm just wondering if I can ask now the DNA test.
Okay.
I get
Again,
it.
that's
now
something
now I'm catching on.
Councilman Egan
Okay.
calls for the question. Anybody want to second his motion, I guess? All those in favor? All those opposed? Thank you, ma'am. We again, after the meeting is over, we can make sure that the chief answers your
I am
question.
pretty sure this is the record, so I'm gonna refer Mr. Fagan. You guys promised me some answers, right?
Correct.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Sir, if you have a question, I need you to come forward. Please state your name and city of residence.
My name is Lauren Hoyt, and so there's just going to be a blank check that's going to be going to the police. We don't know where it's truly going.
No, it's going towards furniture and other requests that the chief requested. And these are all from forfeiture funds. It's not something coming directly out of the city's budget, so. Okay, gotcha.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay. Okay, so seeing that there is no further comments, Madam Clerk, can you please poll the council for the final vote?
Harris. Yes. Manganelli. Yes. Egan. Yes. Caputa. Yes. Shildroth. Yes. O'Donnell. Yes. Pagano. Parson.
Yes.
Cyan.
All right, so bill number 10032 passes and becomes ordinance number 9029. All right, next we have bill number 10033. Madam Clerk, if you can, please read the bill.
Ordinance to authorize the transfer of special use permit number 8732 from Solano's Pizza LLC to Gossip Pasta LLC for the operation of a restaurant located at 557 Huddersfield Road.
We have a motion for a second reading by Councilman Egan, seconded by Councilman Caputa. All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? All right,
Ordinance-
Madam Clerk.
Ordinance to transfer special use permit number 8732 from Solano's Pizza LLC to Gossip Pasta LLC for the operation of a restaurant located at 557 Huddersfield Road.
I have a motion for a third by Councilman Egan, seconded by Councilman Manganelli. Roll call vote, please, Madam Clerk.
Harris. Yes. Manganelli. Yes. Egan. Yes. Caputa. Yes. Shildroth. Yes. O'Donnell. Pagano. Parson.
Yes.
Cyan. Ordinance to authorize a transfer of special use permit number 8732 from Solano's Pizza LLC to Gossip Pasta LLC for the operation of a restaurant located at 557 Huddersfield Road.
Okay, before the final vote is taken, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this bill? Okay, hearing none, Madam Clerk, can you please poll the council for the final vote?
Yes, sir. Harris. Yes. Manganelli. Yes. Egan. Yes. Caputa. Yes. Shildroth. Yes. O'Donnell. Yes. Pagano. Parson.
Yes.
Cyan.
All right, bill number 10033 passes and becomes ordinance number 9030. All right, the next item on the agenda is council announcements. We have Councilman Egan.
Thank you, Mr. President. This last week or so, we had one of the fifth largest snowstorms in, I think, in Missouri history. I think the seventh or the fifth. It's a big snowstorm. I want to send my congratulations to the street department, parks department, and all the employees that work very, very hard to clear the streets and make them passable, and as well as the police officers that were out there during the storm and keeping us all safe. Secondly, we are approaching St. Patrick's Day, and the St. Patrick's Day Committee is getting ready to launch our banner on St. Francis Street program. So if you're on Facebook or Facebook, go ahead and keep your eyes open. We'll be announcing it this week, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Egan. Okay. I do have an announcement. On February the 9th, we will be having our Black History celebration at the James J. Egan Center starting at noon. This is Super Bowl Sunday. You'll be done in plenty of time to see the game later that evening. We will have our McClure North step team. They'll be available to do their step show at noon. And then we'll also have a viewing of an independent film called Ain't No Back to a Merry-Go-Round, which is about a 1960 protest, one of the first protests in the United States at that time for an amusement park in Maryland that was segregated, and it was a joint effort of the community to desegregate that. So the producer and director of the film will also be there virtually to answer questions. So everyone is welcome. It is something that was applauded and noted by the St. Louis Independent Film festival here. It's an excellent film, so I encourage everyone to please come out. And I believe next we have a message from our mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just also want to thank the Street Department, the Parks Department, and the Health Department for the wonderful work that they did this past week with that very difficult storm, which obviously was followed by a second event. And I thought they did an excellent job getting our streets cleared, and I think that that was evident if you drove around and noticed that the Florissant streets were very clear and a lot of the other areas were not, and so I think they did an excellent job. A couple other things that we got coming up. If you still got those Christmas lights that you'd like to dispose of, please bring them to the Health Department building at St. Ferdinand Park. There's a big tote outside of the building, and we'll take those up until January 15th. If you still have a live Christmas tree that you'd like to get rid of, just take that to the curb during your normal pickup. In Gateway, we'll pick those up free of charge through the end of January. And of course, we have all that snow out there, so everybody's building snowmen. And so the snowman building contest we have going on right now, which began on November the 1st and goes till March 15th. So please take a picture of your snowman and a picture of yourself and submit it to the Florissant Youth Advisory Commission, and they'll vote on their favorite one and prizes will be awarded. That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mayor. The next regular meeting for the City Council will be on Monday, January the 27th. Councilman Siam moves to adjourn the regular meeting, seconded by Councilman Harris. All those in favor? All those opposed? All right, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you all.